going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we got to talk more about this E-40 situation now. Lots being made and a lot of think pieces coming out about E-40's interaction with the fan. You know, you could see her come down the red shirt. She was pointing in his back, heckling him. What they're trying to say is E-40 was standing up excessively during the game, and there's etiquette in the NBA as far as that is concerned. However, this lady should have not came down in his space coming at him in that way. You know, that's arena security's job, you know. So Jalen Rose has more of the story, more insight on it. He's been knowing E-40 for over 30 years, and he broke down exactly what happened. Check it out.
I'm really disappointed in the fact that my brother, E-40 Fonzarelli, was ejected from the game. Here's what happened. He was there enjoying the game, sitting on the front row like a tycoon, like he always does. A lady a couple of rows behind him was heckling him the entire game. He finally turns around and responds to her heckling him. Security comes over to E-40. You can clearly see him put his arm on the security guard's shoulder, whisper in his ear, and let him know that he was being heckled, and he responded. I guess that didn't matter because he was the person that got disciplined and ejected. You see another gentleman come over who works for the Warriors security, who clearly knows E-40 because he's front row at every game, and he wants to diffuse the situation, and he kindly walks him off because obviously the players know and love him like the entire league, and everybody does, because that's the kind of energy that he's carried. And I'm somebody that knows because I've known him for over 30 years. He don't even move like that. He moves with integrity. And so that's why Andre Iguodala walked off with him. That's why Gary Payton II, someone that he's known since he was a shorty and it's like family to him, was checking on him to try to make sure he was good while the game was going on. And then the Kings, who I'm not claiming are a racist organization, they've been at the forefront of teams as it relates to matters, in particular, social and politically, for black people. So I'm not saying that they're a racist organization. What I am saying is that these security officers in particular totally fumbled this scenario and mishandled it and overreacted. And then the Kings compounded by putting out a statement and basically saying he was standing up excessively. Clearly, I know that there's an etiquette to that as somebody that played in the league and that frequently goes to games, but they never gave him a warning for that. And so I think they mishandled it all the way around, and I anticipate in 3-2-1, the Sacramento Kings should be issuing an apology to E-40, Earl Stevens, for escorting him from a game and not disciplining the other fan that was heckling him and making him leave a game where he knows how to comport himself. And it was a very exciting game that the Sacramento Kings ended up winning in Game 1 of this year's playoffs.
So as you can hear right there, man, Jalen Rose clearly has more insight from the league level, and it's just crazy that E-40 was put out of that game in that way. And you could see that if you could see E-40 standing up throughout the night, you could see that woman coming down, and she was yelling at him, you know, at the top of her lungs, heckling him. So there's no way you can get at him without getting at her. That's my whole thing. And everyone knows who E-40 is. Like, and that doesn't absolve anybody from upholding a standard of behavior. I'm just saying that he's not a problem fan, never's been a problem fan, and has been going forever. He's never, it wasn't even an issue like a Shannon Sharp type of thing. This was just playoff basketball intensity, whatever. Um, I feel like E-40 was picked on to some degree. They made an example out of him. He felt like he was targeted based off of race, and I would feel that way too if I were in his shoes. Um, Standing up during the game, maybe you have to sit down. I don't know where he was sitting at, but or exactly whose view he was obstructing or whatever. But I mean, I wouldn't have said he had to get out of the game for that. You can't be mad at him for being feeling like he was targeted in this instance. And like Jalen Rose said, the Kings need to issue an apology for that. You don't want guests going through something like this when they come to games. Now, you want people to follow the rules of the arena no matter who they are. But it was a close, intense game. I'm pretty sure there were other people in the arena standing up other than E-40. Now, was this lady sitting directly behind him? Looks like she walked over from a good distance, or I ain't gonna say a good distance, but she had to get over to him. So was he in her line of sight? I don't know. I mean, but I feel like the Kings definitely have to apologize for this because they didn't keep that same energy with both parties involved. If E-40 had to go, she would have had to go too. You get them both out there and then you handle the problem outside of the crowd. But you, under no circumstance can you leave her in there and take him out when she was heckling him. You don't want to set that precedent in your arena that I can get mad. I can come say what I want to whoever I want to say it to, and I can get them put out the game, and I can stay here and enjoy the game. And have that privilege of race to do so and playing the victim, man. That I really didn't like. So, yeah, Sacramento needs to fix this ASAP, man. Let me know what you think in the comments, though. Do you agree with Jalen Rose? You think E-40 was targeted due to his race, or you feel like he's blowing it out of proportion and he's just playing victim? Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.